So this video has to do with subtracting mixed numbers with unlike denominators. So just like before, we have to have a common denominator, and to do that we can use the multiple method. So we list the multiples of our largest denominator, which is 8, then our multiples of our small denominator, and again we stop as soon as we find one that's common. In this case, if we couldn't see it, 4 will go into 8. Okay, so we'll use 8 as our denominator. Now, this fraction already has a denominator of 8, so it gets to stay the same. So 4 3/8. On this side, our 4 is going to become an 8, and it does that by multiplying it by 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. We multiply 3 by the same number to keep our fraction equivalent. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so now regularly we'd be ready to subtract. We have one little problem here, and that is that the numerator on this side is smaller than the numerator on the other side. It's just a small problem though, because this number is larger than that. 4 3/8 is much larger than 1 6/8. But what we're going to have to do here is borrow from our whole number. Okay, so we're going to borrow one whole. If we're talking about pizzas, we'll say we're borrowing one whole pizza. So our whole number used to be 4, it's now going to be a 3. And what we've done, or what we'll do, is take one whole pizza, which would be 8 pieces, 8 out of 8. And so we're going to add 8 pieces to our numerator. So 3 and 11/8. Now these two fractions are equal. They represent the same amount of pizza. This fraction stays the same. And now we can subtract. Okay, our denominator is going to remain the same. Our numerators, now we can subtract those. 11 minus 6 is 5. And 3 minus 1 is 2. We have to look to see if we're in lowest terms. In this case, 5 is a prime number, and it will not go into 8. So that tells us we're in lowest terms. They have no common factors other than 1. So that is our answer. So just to kind of recap what we did here, where we borrowed, I'll just write it out exactly what we did. Okay, we borrowed a whole pizza from the whole number. Then we cut it into pieces and added it to the numerator. Okay, so just a quick recap. We had 4 3/8. We took one whole pizza from our whole number, which made it 3. And then because our denominator is 8, we had to add one whole pizza, which is 8 slices, to our numerator, which gave us 3 and 11/8 and allowed us to subtract.